This is Abdullah Kashmuna, class CIS274XML programming, and this is the final project assignment, video number 2. Now to finish the template, I already said that at the end I'm gonna print the text of that document, and it's gonna be organized since I already organized it in the XML document, so I didn't really need to do much in here. And then print a few dots at the edit document so that it shows the separation between the one document and the other. As for my XSD, let's open it. This is where it gets a little bit complicated since there are some where I do not know the length. Some of them I already know the length. So for the max occurrence is just for the document, it's unbounded. I just added that so that I can actually add as many documents as I want, because this is where I'm gonna be adding my documents. So it felt like better to make the max occurrence unbounded. And of course it's a complex type, and for the complex type, the document, I had different elements, which is the title, author, date, location, description, text, and these are the same for all the document. So for the simple ones, it appears in this sequence. For the simple one, it's gonna be, the title is gonna be a text, author, date, location, description. They are all strings. Now the most complicated one was the text, because it's different from one document to another, so it needed to be very well, complicated. So there was a choice between either it's gonna be article under it, which is the second document, line, which is this third document for the Dr. Seuss, each one is a line, or for the first one, which starts with a paragraph. Now for the article, it is mixed, and max occurrence could be 0, or minimum occurrence, or max occurrence is unbounded. There could be as many articles. I can make it 10. But I just prefer to do everything as an unbounded in case, you never know, change of the constitution. And each article could either have a choice of paragraph or section. So the first 4 paragraphs of articles, they will have sections, different length of sections. The other ones will only have a paragraph, does not have any sections. So for the article, usually it's going to have different attribute, and it's usually the Romanian number, and I put it as an NCN name because it's actually is English letters. I'm using I and V to name it. As for this section, in case it's mixed, I'm putting different things in it, so I just to make sure like it does not make any problems for me. And max occurrence is either 0 or unbounded. So as usual, that's for the paragraphs. I just want to make sure that it does not make any errors whether I do not leave a paragraph in there or I left a paragraph in there. And the attribute section is always going to have an integer, because I'm calling it section 1, 2, 3, 4. The attribute usually is equal, section is equal to a number, and usually that is an integer. Now as for the line, it's simple. It's just going to be a string, and oh, that's back to the we're back into the paragraph, into text. The other ones are either gonna be we are over here after text. That's we're finished with. This is all mostly for because of the second one, and we are back to the first document and the second document. First document only contains 3 paragraphs. The third document only contain I don't know how many lines. So also there is an inside paragraph, there is an element that's referring as a state, and that's going to be an integer, a string. Also there is another one that is a person, that's going to be inside paragraph, that is in the second document. And that's why it was complicated, the second one. That's why it added most of it in here. So the XSLT The XSLT was not really XSD, sorry, schema was not complicated for the first document and the third document, but it was really complicated for the second one. And this is the end of video 2.